Hi, friends. It's me, host Eric, host Talk on Famous People. I'm live streaming right now. I'm feeling a mix, a variety of different things, I guess. The place where you are refers to specifically like living the place where you are rather than some other instance in your life. Right now, where I am is like at a big transition point where I gotta switch things up because of the strikes and stuff. So, it's fair to say that it's a shock to the system of sorts because I'm accustomed to making things and uploading them and talking with famous people, and that's it. Just very straightforward. This is going to require a little bit more planning going forward, though. However, I know at least like I'm going to have a channel probably called Streaming with Famous People. It's just for live streams. I'm going to do all my live streaming there. I have TwFP music already, and I'm going to put all my music there. I will additionally have a channel for cognitive function / philosophy stuff. More cognitive functions, I guess, and then one for philosophy / debate stuff. And then lastly, I'll probably have a channel that's just for comedy stuff. So it's a lot of channels, but that's the thing. It's like I make a lot of different kind of things. And one thing I've always liked about talking to famous people is that it was an umbrella under which I could put everything. And everyone just had to sort of, I had so many people tell me so many times, why don't you start different channels for these different things? Well, I don't want to. I want to go. Well, that time is over. It's time for me to be, more practical in my mindset and a little bit more conventional in my approach. I've got a couple of things that are waiting for me to set up platforms or channels for them to go onto, basically. And I've also got in the works here right now, and I'm almost done with it, Karate Girl, which is continuing to get a little more and more polished. It's sounding pretty good. This is what it sounds like at the moment. Karate Girl's gotcha. Punch and kick too. Chop a board right into. Chop a brick with her head. Drop a thick, big piece of lead. Karate Girl, what sweet meat? Knock me to the mat. Take me down. Pin me. Stab me in the nose. Try escaping. Gosh and ash and trash and don't bite, don't burn a little. Took Marlon Brando. You stuffed him in a hole. Everybody likes to go to Suez pool. Once you escaping, the gosh with ash, trash, and don't bite, don't burn a little. Karate Girl. Akaka-chaka. If I had the pop. Akaka-chaka. Pata, papata. Karate-tata. Karate Girl's gotcha. Wow. Do you know what today is? It's World Palindrome Day. 02022020 is the first palindrome date we've had in 900 years. Pretty important date. 2220, 2220. Pretty important. So it looks like the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Chiefs. When I left, there was only a couple of minutes left, and the Chiefs were driving, but they were down 3 points, and they ended up winning by 11. So I guess they must have scored 2 touchdowns. Hi, Haven. Hi, I found Bacon's girlfriend, Haven. Obviously, your parents intended you to be a port in the storm, so they named you Haven. Are you a port for I found Bacon's storm? Excuse me, lady. I'm getting kind of riled up down here. Could you be a port for my storm, please? Yeah. I don't want to founder on the rocks, on the pointy rocks of the bay. Is her middle name Raven? And her last name Mavens? Haven, Raven, Mavens? That'd be a good name for her. There, that's your name from now on, Haven. You're Haven Craven Ravens. Haven's Craven Ravens again. I found Bacon. You should go ahead and get some ravens for her. So I've been working on episode 2 of the Mindy Club, which I think I'm going to rename Mindy's Club instead of the Mindy Club. You've got another date this weekend, actually. Well, Isaiah Root, that's why they call you the king of the playas. You know how to play. By play, I mean pursue ladies for intercourses. What I think is hilarious is that Rachel's dad asked Rachel to tell me to try not to talk about sex with his daughter very much when I'm live streaming from Hawaii. He'll be watching, doesn't like to hear about it or whatever. So that seems silly. Because I don't have a problem with my daughter talking about that, really. I make jokes. Like, she was talking about birth control one time. And I was on the phone with her, and she was talking to me about it. She was at the pharmacy. She's like, well, I don't know, because I'm not really on right now, so... I was like, well, why don't you just have Danny pull out and come on your face? She thought it was hilarious. She really did. She was busting up. Yeah, I know. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to use some code words that are very subtle. For example, I'm going to talk about Rachel and I finally completing our textual winter course that preceded our trip to Hawaii, where we learned about each other via text in part, and talking obviously video conference as well, but there was some texting. So we refer to that period of celibacy as our textual winter course. Of course, I'm also thinking about maybe seriously talking about how gratifying it is for her to be there, for me to, be able to attain sexual gratification, but to reassure him that she's not physically involved with it at all. That she's just in the same room with the clothes on, looking the other direction. Hi, I'm here, but I'm on new phone on bus, so can't hear you. Volume down. Well, then you won't be hearing this response, I suppose. You'll probably be confused. Be like, is he saying something to me? Good luck on your date. So, who's your date? What's her name? Is her name Juliana? Isaiah? Is her name Juliana? Give us a name for her so we can refer to her. She's 6'6". Oh, that's a tall girl. That is a tall one. Isaiah, how tall are you? 2'2". Micah, huh? Mica. It's kind of like a mineral that you can find that it peels off little pieces of it very easily. It's called mica. You're 5'10". Okay, well, just because she's a chick doesn't mean she can't be 6'6". Is she 6'6"? Hi, Isaiah. I'm Micah. I'm 6'6", and I'm full of womanly lust. The taller a woman, the more filled with womanly lust she becomes. It's well established. I slept very late today. I slept all the way until 1 p.m. I still feel as though I'm sleep deprived, though. If you just go ahead and make a move, people respond surprisingly well to it. Yeah. That's called confidence, Isaiah Rude. That's what people respond well to, is confidence. And the thing about ENTPs is a lot of times, it's like it depends on our mood. If we're in the right mood, we're not faking it. If we're not in the right mood, we can't fake it. So, and you got to be in the right headspace in general, I guess. Like, you can get yourself in the wrong headspace for sure. I did when I was young. But it takes a lot of SI. With fourth slot SI, it takes a lot of experience before we start to really go, okay, I kind of see what's going on. Yeah, he is right about that. SENI is better at approaching women. But the truth is, it's probably not the determinant factor. It's like the particular is probably more determinant than the universal regarding that stuff. It's true that SE DOMs generally don't have problems getting laid or whatever, maybe, but ultimately, it's like, I don't know. You can't avoid the SI of it. You are who you are when you're approaching chicks. When you talk about somebody like the pickup artist or something who advocates display stuff, like we'll display like this, display like that, and then chicks will take you more seriously, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't understand what's the value of that, because if you're not displaying who you are, then you're just trying to fool somebody into sleeping with you, I guess, and then that's it. But I mean, I get the whole fake it till you make it kind of notion as well. There's some legitimacy to that. But it's an NI-SI conflict. SI people, they link things to themselves in very distinct ways. And so if I'm going to be confident, I need to be confident because of some experiences that I've had that have allowed me to become confident. You know, it's something I could ever force or know my way out of. I think NI people are more capable of sort of deciding to be confident. With SI people, it's got to emerge. I guess in both instances, it emerges from some truth, either experiential or otherwise. My experiential truth that makes me confident is basically I've done enough battles, I've met enough people, I've talked to enough people, I've seen how people succeed and struggle and everything in between. And I feel like I have a clear enough perspective on the world that I know what kind of things in general are going to, what kind of things I have to avoid to be safe, so to speak. Like, so I feel as though, well, Zandy, it's a very NI approach. I think NI can do that kind of stuff more than SI can do it. I think SI, it's like, I like the saying from an SI perspective too, because it almost gives you permission to be more positive than your experience. It does. And so that's good. But it's hard to believe it just by faking it. And certain kinds of things are easier to fake than others. Confidence is a tough one to fake because, like, it's not that you're specifically confident about anything, right? If the question was, am I confident I can pick up on chick X and I were single, let's say, the answer would be no. I have no idea. I haven't even talked to her or anything. I don't know anything about her. I have no even concept of picking up on her. But if we were to encounter the person and I were to have a conversation with them, she would walk away concluding I was very confident. About what? Nothing in particular. If you ask me if I'm confident about picking up my chicks, no. If you ask chicks if I'm confident, they'll say yes. And it is the case then when I enter into a dating kind of a situation where I'm like talking to chicks to see if I want to go out with them or if they want to go out with me, and dating. I dated somebody on OkCupid, Jen, who was a ENTJ. When I'm in that process, I know that we're on the same page because it sort of started on that page. And I'm confident in the sense that I know what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. And yeah, right? Like, well, I'm going to just take this person out and go out with them on dates and stuff until I decide, either until I find out if I like them or something, and then, or whatever, until I decide whatever. I know I'm confident in my sort of plan. I'm not going to try to get on them too quick. I'll give them a few dates, and we'll see how it goes. But so it's like, in that regard, I'm confident that I'm not going to be surprised. I have a contingency for every plan, I guess. But I'm not confident in my ability to go pick up any random chick that I might feel like picking up on, not remotely. So, I mean, that isn't to say, however, if I were single and I wanted to talk to somebody like at a bar or something, I'd probably go talk to her, but I wouldn't go talk to her thinking I was trying to pick up on her, right? I'd go talk to her thinking, she's cute. Let's see what she's like, you know? Let me talk to her a little bit. Because if she's not, if she's like, depends what she's like. Depends how she is, you know? Just being cute's not good enough. I'm not looking to just bang some random chick, so I mean, it might be the occasion. It might be so that on some occasion I could consider yeah. It's kind of similar, isn't it? You know, it's like a circumstance and a person and whatever will present itself and you'll have an opportunity to grab it or not, you know? To trust your instincts and go with it, or to fight against what is because it's NI basically. Or because because NI it's it's not reducible truth. Yeah, Ethan, I would say that's probably the case. But the thing is also for ESTPs versus ENTPs. ESTPs see a woman having sex with them as, or I guess a man, or I don't know how it goes for chicks, but for dudes anyway, they see that as the ultimate FE affirmation. The ultimate FE affirmation is that yes, she's willing to take off her clothes and have sex with me. That doesn't feel like an FE affirmation to me. It feels like an FE landmine field, you know, like who knows how this is gonna go. And additionally, then I got to worry about feelings and stuff. Well, Ethan, it boils down to what are your interests? Thanks for sharing that with me, Isaiah. I appreciate you noting the connection. Yeah, that's the thing. We are, we have a lot of hang-ups potentially because we're so meaning focused, and it's really an activity that the meaning of it is not meaning. There's plenty of meaning to it, but it's not meaning that converts well to words. Really, it's not an area where you should be competitive exactly at all, and it's not an area where you should really, not really a skill exactly, but then again it kind of is, and it causes it to become like, well, with FE third, at any given moment you're jumping at the opportunity to internalize some inadequacy based on the words, behaviors, whatever of the other person. It's It just goes with the territory. It's FE third for ENTPs. I don't think it works that way for SE DOMs because I think they see the reality as the act, not the meaning. And we see the reality as the meaning, not the act. Um, the thing is, Ethan, I don't know. You're whiling away your time in pointless speculation. It's not possible to tell with shit like that. You got to actually analyze the functions. Like, what are you actually doing? Like if, for example, this is why it's not possible to do it very well like that. It's the shower example I gave, I think in the last live stream, where I said, yeah, that's how it works. It's fun, huh? It's a lot of fun, huh? So, anywho, possibly if it was competitive, if I was good at a competitive activity that rewarded people who were better than everybody else, I probably would pursue it further. I mean, the thing is, here's the thing. What this sounds like to me, the way that you're talking about your own type, for example, and the way that you're fairly focused, singular in your focus on topic in that regard, it seems more of an SI valuing than an NI valuing. SI is like, let's say you're taking a shower, right, in the morning, and you're getting ready for work, and you're trying to get the shower taken care of. Like, I got to get the shower out of the way so I can get to work. And you're thinking about what you got to do at work while you're taking the shower. Then that's an SE shower. You're getting the shower done. You're getting it out of the way. If you're taking a shower because you need to relax and you're just like, okay, long day, I'm going to take a shower. And you're taking an SI shower because you're appreciating the shower for its absolute value, not its utility. So when we talk about functions, we need to remember that they are not behaviors. The behavior is different than a function. Doing sports is not SE. What's going on in your head or not going on in your head while you're doing sports, that's going to link to cognitive functions. But the problem is when you talk about speculating about lots of new ideas, it's difficult for any of us to know whether we speculate about a lot of new ideas in a vacuum, right? You've got to compare yourself against other people, actually. But you don't ever have an opportunity to be inside their head and see how much speculation they do or what that looks or sounds like. You do have an opportunity to compare yourself against me as an ENTP who does a lot of speculation, right? You hear me doing all shit tons of ideas about all kinds of things. And in fact, it consumes most of my life. But it's also true that for much of my teenagehood and early 20s, that I was not nearly as productive creatively, not by a long shot. Okay, Zandy, you are an ENFJ, right? That is SI polar talk right there, little missy. You're doing some SI polar talk now. Ghostwriter, we are doing well. Naturally, we were all terribly alarmed when you could not hear us earlier. And we were all saying, what can we possibly do to communicator? Until somebody said, just type in the chat. You're talking in your head constantly, Isaiah Rude? Yeah, you are. Now, here's the thing. Taking a shower every day, helping you relax, is not indicative of anything. So the helping you relax part, like loves baths, that's indicative, probably SI front stack. But the only thing that's really definitive here is Zandy's statement. That smacks strongly of SI polar. But, you know, somewhere else in the stack, people would say different things. Like, Ethan, that sounds more like a fifth slot SI thing. And Ghostwriter sounds more like a third slot SI thing. Love bass. Third slot would say that. Maybe dominant. I might say two, though. You know, like a fourth slot SI. Followed by a quick shower, post-bath shower. Okay, you know, after the shower, you need to take a post-shower steam, followed by a post-steam mud roll, followed by another bath, followed by another shower. Okay? INFP is third slot SI, yeah. So is INTP. Excuse me, yes. Isaiah Rude doesn't take baths because baths are super girly. Is that what you're saying, Isaiah? I take baths. You calling me girly? I like to take baths periodically. Although, I must say, I don't like taking baths as much now as I used to. At my house in Laverne, the house where I lived in Laverne, there's a big, deep bathtub. And I could really sit in it and be like, that's bathy. That's bathtastic. Here, I could go get in my mom and dad's big bath. They have like a jacuzzi bath, but I always use my bathroom, my shower that I grew up using, you know, like this is after all my childhood home. So I don't know. I just always use the same shower. It's an SI thing, I guess. You know, I don't really plan them very much either, Isaiah. Like, I took one before work today, but I thought about taking it earlier today, but I also thought about taking it last night before bed, but I didn't. I thought for a second I was going to. Got really close. So that's the thing. If you're an EGP, things like that, they teeter on the tip of the Eiffel Tower, right? Back and forth, waiting to fall one direction or the other. Like, for example, I knew when I left work today, I was hungry. I said, where am I going to go get food? I turned uphill to go to the Jack in the Box. But then the light was red at Del Mar. So I turned right on Del Mar. So I was like, okay, well, now where am I going to go? Well, maybe I'll go to that new taco place, Taco Tita or whatever it's called. I thought, no, because they have Mexican Cokes. And I thought, maybe I will go to Jack in the Box. It's not too late to go to Jack in the Box. How about McDonald's? Maybe I'll go to McDonald's. Anyway, I ended up, a lot of times I'll like turn part way and then turn another way and then realize, you know, it's like, who knows where the fuck I'm going? I don't know. Finally ended up at Taco Bell. I didn't decide until I was all the way to just about to Taco Bell. Like right in the one area, there's Popeyes, Taco Bell, and Taco Tita. And just all across the street from each other, you know. So I ended up going to Taco Bell. But even in that, right into the last minute, I was still thinking I might proceed down past Taco Bell to McDonald's. And I was like, ah. SI luxuries are a pleasure. But you also don't want to take, you know, like you're saying, you might go a while without them, but that just makes them extra juicy when you have them, you know? If you want to really enjoy a shower, don't take one for a few days. Then it'll really kick in that you need one, and you'll be like, yeah, that's so clean. I feel so good. Yeah, natural musk scent. Well, you know what else you can do, Andy, to get a natural musk scent besides just depriving yourself of best luxuries? You can pour milk down your pants. Just leave it there for a while. Try it. Try it. I think you'll discover you'll develop a nice musky smell. John Cleese's daughter is an ESTP. Okay. I didn't know he had a daughter, and I don't know who she is. Is her name Jane Cleese? Is her name Isadora Cleese? Yes, indeed, Zandy Life Hacks. If you want a nice musky smell, pour milk down your pants and leave it there for a couple of days. It'll really ripen up the region, as they say. You want to ripen your region? Well, John is an ENTP. Yes, John Cleese is an ENTP. Make the skin supple with some milk in my pants. Pour in some milk in my pants. Are you done with that bottle of half and half? 'Cause I'm pouring it down my pants. High fat content makes the musky smell just that more intense. Ooh, Isaiah, now you're going to take a shower. Busted. Really? That's very interesting, Ethan McDonald. Thank you for sharing that with me. Now I'm interested. Now I'm interested in seeing. Delilah is happy with her name. She told me the other day. I was happy with that. Because there was a time in the past when she said she didn't like her middle name. I was still under the impression she was mad at me for giving her the bad middle name she had. But she likes it now, she said. She's happy with her name. That was nice to hear. Oh, beautiful kitty. Your unbelievable beauty is constantly re-astonishing me again for the first time forever without stopping ceaselessly. I heard that Cleopatra would bathe in milk and honey. Yes, well, you know why that was, Andy? It's a little known fact. She had a weird fetish. She got off on pretending she was cereal. True story. You know, she'd have servants come up with a spoon and pretend to try to scoop her up and eat her. Yeah. The real story didn't really get passed down in history. They came up with that bathing thing. She wasn't bathing. She was pretending to be cereal. Okay, whoa. Hey, guys. You want to talk about a responsible live streamer? I'm a responsible live streamer. Why? Because I'm just going to leave you over here by yourselves while I just smoke a cigarette. That wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be inclusive of me. Be like, sorry, you guys can't come to the cigarette party. You're not old enough. Okay, so now you can still see me. I can stream. We can delight in each other's company. I'm delighting in your company right now. Yes, I find it Delilah. The weirdest fetish? Weirder than Cleopatra's cereal fetish? Well, Napoleon liked to be laid on a shelf in the marketplace, dressed entirely in purple, and pretend he was an eggplant. That's an unusual one. Herman Melville was famous for his whale fetishes. He'd hold spermaceti parties where he'd take the spermaceti from the sperm whales and everyone would just go slip and slide, and. We come off childlike? Hey, not me. I'm not childlike. Oh. You are, Isaiah. You're childlike. I'm like an adult, okay? I'm old. Look how old I am. God. TP. Burp. The problem with being on this side is I can't really see the words very well. On the other side, on the big screen TV, I can see it. Very intelligent children. Yeah. I mean, I feel pretty mature these days. Reasonably mature. I still feel pretty petulant at work, actually, right now. So I had to leave before the end of the Super Bowl. It was close, It was like Kansas City was down 3 points when I left. I was kind of pissy about it. But that's my own fault. I should have thought about it ahead of time or something, Yeah, I might be ESTP. I take better care of myself than most examples of ENTPs, perhaps. I was part of Iron Man today, and Iron Man is not a very good example of an ENTP. I'm a pretty good example of an ENTP. Isaiah is a pretty good example of one. The thing to note is we don't prioritize realities very much. We prioritize our stories about reality a lot. And sometimes that can bite us in the ass, Like an alligator. When you get your channel back. Tomorrow maybe, next day, I don't know. It's like depressing. Why even bother putting shit on that channel if they're gonna suppress my videos, if I'm gonna not be recommended or anything, But before, it's like right now I'm just sort of hanging out with my friends here because I'm not planning on using this channel long term. I don't have it optimized or anything, and I need to do that TE stuff and editing. So, it's kind of a demotivating reality, but I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. I agreed to work tomorrow too. Yeah, as far as I can tell, basically my vids aren't showing up in any any recommendeds. Like I've watched Talking with Famous People videos as TwFP Archives. Everybody else's videos shows up in my recommended videos that I watch. So like I watched some Countess videos, so Countess videos show up. I watched some whatever videos, so whatever videos show up. But no Talking with Famous People videos. I think that's pretty definitive proof, really, because it's not like the other ones are necessarily more anything. It's just they're not being excluded from recommended videos. But it just I get what they're doing. They're trying to get everybody to treat the whole thing a little bit more professionally, and I don't know. It's kind of depressing, really. Makes me sigh. Makes me sigh and say why and hi and bye. Yeah, I'm tired. I haven't been generally getting enough sleep, although I did get a lot of sleep last night. It will get better. I'm almost done with Karate Girl, and that I'll put up on the TwFP music channel. That'll make me feel a little bit better, like I'm doing something purposeful, and then I'll sort of optimize that channel a bit while I'm doing it. Yeah, it's true. Slabs like you to have to surpass a few obstacles, attain a few goals and stuff. So that's what I got to do. And that's okay. I got the time to do it. When I came home tonight, I thought I should probably work on something. I probably shouldn't live stream. It's kind of self-indulgent. It's not really useful for anything, but it's useful for my mental health. And I'm in an ESTP. A couple months ago, he hits his friends with an axe and armor over the weekend. It's got to say I'm not that extreme. Yeah, that's silly. Don't do things that'll get you injured. Generally a good idea. Something EHP's got to watch out for, as well as ESTPs, is this tendency to, it's the third slot FE combined with being an action type. It's kind of like showing off by making a poor decision. And yeah, I could do that. Discretion is the better part of valor. Tries to be safe about it. Yeah, join this Morningstar League. We do have helmets. Sure, it hurts when you get hit with a Morningstar. The stabs are very stabby. Yeah, I've broken most of the bones in my body, but I try to be safe about it. You can't be safe in a Morningstar club, fight club. Okay, there's no being safe. On the weekends I go hurl myself against walls. Just run straight into them, full speed ahead. Just try to get up a good running speed and just run straight into the wall. I try to be safe about it though. I make sure there aren't anything stabbing out of the wall before I run into it. For example, I've got this little cushion I put out to help. Hate being in pain. I hate being in pain too. Now, that's kind of a fourth slotty thing. But I don't know. I hate discomfort of all sorts. I mean, that's fine as long as you're not doing something physical. Isaiah, don't put too much weight on your SE's ability, your body's ability, and your coordination and stuff like that. It's fine to take those big FE risks if you're talking about metaphysical action. Yeah, don't jump off those rocks into the water because somebody dared you to. That's where you gotta draw the line. That's where I draw the line. You gotta say, okay. Hi, Countess. Good night, Ghost Rider. I'm gonna be following your lead here in not a super long time. Milo, I'm not sure who that is. I think I know who you're talking about. He like goes and argues with people and stuff. Yeah, I would say rather. I don't know the example. I missed the end of the Super Bowl Countess. I only saw the first 3. I saw almost the whole game, but a lot happened in the last 3 minutes. I missed all the decisive action. I'd have to hear how he argues. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired and like, I don't know. Maybe slightly depressed. My neighbor kept yelling, "Those idiots are going to lose the game." Did they lose the game? Countess. Party in Little China? Great. Let's all go party in Little China. Why do you think it's back? What makes you think that? You don't know? You just think that for no reason? Has it been a week? It's like Iron Man had his ISFJ dual take care of his SI needs. Oh, did it not work for a while or something? Oh. Okay. Good to know. Thanks for letting me know. I won't be able to check until I finish this and change accounts. Just so depressing. I don't want to look. I guess I don't have the spirit of conquering me right now. It's just a mood thing, Countess. It's a mood thing. I'm tired. I haven't got enough sleep. I'm more prone to fussiness. And, I just need to sleep. I need to sleep my ass off. So when I wake up, it just goes straight down from the back to the back of my leg with no ass. It is it's a matter of mood, Isaiah Rude. It really is. It's a matter of mood as much as a matter of will. And the things I do and the direction I point to still seem a part of me, though departedly. The healthier the ENTP, the more childish they are. But I tend to suspect that's true of all types. You know, the healthier ones are going to be more childish. That's not the line, Isaiah Rude. Now that's childish, young man. You're an ATP, all right. That's what NHPs do. That's what goes on in our heads. Thinking of rhymes for shit. Funny. I'll do that too. All the time. I got a pack tomorrow, and I also got to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Yeah. Sometimes I crack myself up too. And the thing is, it's like when I'm making jokes that I think are funny, if I'm in a funny mood, then I don't need anybody else to be laughing with me. I mean, I can't hear if you guys are laughing or not. I tend to read the walls, but like that, sometimes shit just makes me crack up, you know? Depends on my mood again. Like, I made a pretty good joke tonight. A pretty damn good joke, in my opinion. But I wasn't not in the mood that it made me just sort of laugh hard, you know, because, but my Cleopatra joke was great. Oh my God, I gotta pat myself on the back for that one. Or was I mistaking ESTJs for ESTPs this whole time? Yeah, ESTPs are childish too. Yeah. They're irresponsible. For sure. ENTPs are, yeah, responsible. It depends. Come on now, Eric. You're not just meow responsible, you're irresponsible. Sort of. Not about being accountable for my responsibility level. Yes, ESTJs are very responsible. They're Ronnie responsibles. They're Ronnie and Rondo responsibles. That's what they are. Oh, I need to go to sleep. I am what you might call a sleepy slugarifine. Sleepy slugarifine. And I'm going to actually take, I think, 2 Tylenol PMs to make myself even more sleepy. So I can really sleep my ass off. I'm going to win the sleeping contest. I'm tired of coming in last place in the sleeping contest. I'm the best around. I'm totally going to sleep. I'm the best around. I'm going to sleep a whole lot of sleep. It's the best around. Watch me as I close my eyes and sleep. That song is about sleeping and how I'm going to sleep and how great it's going to be and how I'm the best sleeper. All right, friends. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. Thanks for being here. Rock and roll.